name's Kitty Mahoney. I'm from Wasilla, not from the Valley, and I moved to Anchorage for college. So that's kind of unique, actually. I don't have a major that is offered by the university. I created it. So like when I came to college, I was planning on only being in Anchorage for 2 years to get like a general associate's and then going elsewhere for some other type of degree. I honestly didn't even know what I wanted to do yet. I had always been interested in theater, but I didn't want to like get a degree in theater. Not that that's wrong, but it's just like, you know, I stumbled across something called an interdisciplinary baccalaureate program. So that's where you can create your own degree out of a couple different departments and like tailor it specifically to what you want to do. And so what I ended up doing is staying at UAA for the rest of college, and I combined the acting classes from the theater department with the filmmaking classes from the journalism department and kind of speckled it with some communication classes, which I thought would be good for character study and as well as, you know, working with other people and learning how to best communicate with people on your crew and things like that. And so I made my own film degree. The great thing about this degree is that it's giving me knowledge in every area of filmmaking, and so I'm still, you know, learning them. I started with screenwriting, and I found out I really liked screenwriting, and then I went into directing, and I've learned a lot about directing over the past like year and a half, and I am just now, I'm learning things about audio now and camera work, which is not easy for me because I'm not technically minded. So I'm definitely heavier on the creative side as far as like screenwriting and directing and acting goes. And so it's good for me to like stretch my abilities and learn these technical aspects too. And so after I'm done with my degree is when I'll kind of decide what I like best out of all of these things and really try and pursue that. I'll move out of Alaska. I'm probably going to go down to California and see what I can do down there. But right now I'm just trying to learn all of the different areas. I've done theater since I was in middle school, and my first play was Godspell Jr., and I was just like a street orphan, which was funny. And I was super shy. And so doing theater kind of like got me more social, and so I kind of like fell in love with it that way. It just really brought me out of my shell. And so I continued doing theater all through high school, and then I came to college thinking I was just going to be doing theater. And then I went to a acting for the camera workshop that UAA hosted, and it was like a 2-day event. And I met some people there that you turn in like your resume and your headshot there, and then they put it in a file at Pixic, which is like the casting people up here. And so then like 6 months later, I got a call from them, and they're like, hey, there's a student film going on, and we think you should audition for it. And so I did, and I ended up getting cast in it. And that was my first time acting on a film set, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Seeing all the different technical aspects coming together under like the ultimate direction of the director, and then creating like this really cool story kind of got my wheels turning. And I think that was exactly the time that I decided that I wanted to do film instead of theater. And so since then I've been acting in a lot of short films in Anchorage, and then I started finding this degree, and now I'm starting to get behind the camera more, and I love it. I think that I have a lot of respect for theater, but I think that, in my opinion, film works better for me. I think that there's more creative potential behind film. Theater is the actor's medium, as they say, and film is the director's medium. But I think that it's a lot more than just the director. Everybody has a lot of creative control when it goes into film, and I like it. In my first film production class, I went right into like this upper division class right after my screenwriting class, and I was in way over my head, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, I have this script, you guys should make it. And so I went in as a director, having no camera experience, no directing experience, no technical experience whatsoever. I was just like, I've acted before, and I have this script. So having all the students in that class come together and really like they're so great. They like dedicated their entire semester to me and making this project, And it was people that I had never met before, and they just gave me everything they had. I had people that really wanted to be a director of photography, so they're like, yeah, let's make your project. And I had an audio guy come in, and he was like, yeah, I'll spend every single weekend making this movie for this semester. And I acted in it and directed it, and I learned from them through the process. They helped teach me all the other elements in making a film, and they made me really get myself together so that I could lead this group of people that knew a lot more than I knew. So it was cool. Well, the cool thing about the club is that unlike a classroom, everybody is like spending their time there because that's where they want to be. It's not just like, I have to take this class. And so if anybody comes in with an idea to the film club, everybody gets really excited about it. And they're like, yeah, new project, let's go make this. Like if we have an actual script in hand, it doesn't just sit there, like we go do it. And so, yeah, that project turned out really well, and it was really fun to have the club go out and just spend a whole couple days together making this project that we were all excited about. That's called Beneath the Trees, and that just got accepted into Anchorage International Film Festival, which is crazy. I didn't enter it myself. I have this thing where I still think that I'm learning, and so I think that everything I make isn't good enough for anything. And even though I was really happy with how that project turned out, I was like, cool, well, I made this project, now it's just here floating around the internet. And Sam, who is the equipment manager for UAA, he was like, well, you know, you should submit this to something like the Anchorage International Film Festival. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I mean, go for it. And so he submitted it, and I kind of just forgot about it. And then, like, a couple weeks or a month or so later, he texted me and he was like, guess what? And I was like, what? He's like, your film got accepted in Anchorage International Film Festival. And I kind of like didn't know what I didn't have a reaction at first, because that's like this huge, huge event held at Beartooth every year, and it's like for talented people, and they accepted my student project. It just kind of blew me away. Anchorage has a huge filmmaking community. I don't think people realize that. It's giant. Like, there's open projector night at Beartooth, and it is just packed every time that happens, which is only like once every 6 months or so. And so they're like the most encouraging group of people you could possibly imagine. So I submitted my very first project into some of them, and you just get so much support from them. I would say don't be afraid to not follow the system that UAA has set out, because there was nothing for me there, and I had to find my own way. And so I encourage students to do what I did and look into the interdisciplinary program, because I don't really think that the one degree is necessarily going to hold everything that you need for your career. I'm getting a lot out of the communication classes that I took, and that doesn't even have to do with film specifically. And so, yeah, I would say just fight to find a way to do what you want to do, and don't be afraid to just like crash into something. Because after I did my associate's degree, and then I started the tailored program that I made, I just like threw myself into these projects not knowing anything, and that's how I learned everything that I learned. Don't tiptoe into things, just submerge yourself. You guys should definitely come check us out. Seawolf Student Filmmakers meets on Saturdays at 2 o'clock in the TV studio, which is in the Professional Studies building in a hidden corner. There should be signs to look for it. We do some fun things, and we're really welcoming to new people that are interested. And go see the Anchorage International Film Festival. It's December 5th through the 14th, and it's gonna be a good time.